New, new, um, new network, same old shit. If you could like say that about it, then I guess you would say something about it. But, um, man, I'm I like uh how wrestling has evolved because the experience with wrestling on streaming is gonna be a good experience. I give this show a thumbs up. I will give it a thumbs up because of how easy and accessible it is because it was on Max. I had no buffering. It was an easy watch. I just kicked back, relaxed, and just watched it on Max. I like that. That's nice. You know, WWE is coming on Netflix next week. That's gonna be an experience. But WWE is really gonna show AEW what a premiere is going to be like. First episode on Max, it was a bust. I did not like it from because it was the same old shit. I was expecting something a little bit more different because if you're going to be on a major streaming service like Max, and I consider Max a pretty, significant streaming service comparable to Netflix, you would like have a better show. You would have a better show. This show was missing a lot of story. This show was missing a lot of intrigue. I just got finished watching a tournament. You gave me a tournament for 7 weeks or so like that. And now you're going to turn around and give me a Casino Royale? What the hell is a Casino Royale? I don't even know. I still don't know. And I watched this show. Edge changing his name to Adam Copeland to now Cope. Cope. Bro, you too old to be doing all this shit, bro. That don't even make no sense. Cope. I'll just come back and be Cope. It'd be Cope. It's stupid. Bobby Lashley mingling with people he should be mingling with. Bobby Lashley should have had a singles match on this show with somebody he can get in the ring with and try to and just have a good match with. I don't care. A lot of this stuff that was on this show just didn't not make any sense, but you didn't put no effort into it. You're on Max. MJF is not even there. MJF is not even there. Okada wasn't even there. And you showed that man walking at the start of this show like he was big time and he's not. Where was he on this show? He ain't even come out there. He just had a pre-tape in the back. Mercedes Moné came out there and just was useless. That was a useless segment. Nothing happened. She just came out there and just talked. Yeah, I got a match with Mina Shirakawa coming up, whatever, CEO, and then that's it. That's one segment I can get out the way I don't even need to discuss. What are you paying all these people all this money for? Like Orange Cassidy and Hangman Page opened the show up. This is on Max now. Max. And you got this going on as your first match. And don't get me wrong, it's a good match. It was a good match, but it's against people that has just been ran down the barrel down your throat a little bit. And it's just like, I don't want to see these people no more. They mean nothing at this point. Hangman Adam Page should have been the world champion at this point. Arguably had one of the best years in AEW last year. And he's not even a champion. He gave the title to Daniel Bryan because he was finna retire and messed him up and then messed Swerve up in the process. But Swerve is still getting a chance, though. But I don't understand what else is going on here. And then after Hangman beats him, give him 2 dead eyes in the middle of the ring, and then Christopher Daniels comes out there, and now he's feuding with him. Another person that just means nothing on the show, Christopher Daniels, you just throwing him in there. And we will see later on that, you know, with Jeff Jarrett, his whole retirement thing, like, what the hell? I don't understand. Then you had Jay White. He cut a promo in the back. He talking about Wheeler Yuta. He wants to fight Wheeler Yuta. I don't know, but like you want to fight Wheeler Yuta? You want to fight Wheeler Yuta? A person who shouldn't be in the position that he's in. Like these are the people that they have over there. And then he's talking about a 3-way gauntlet later on. This is when I got wind that this is a Casino Royale match. I'm like, what? You just got through giving me a tournament. A tournament that I did not even like. You just killed everybody in this tournament. Daniel Garcia, the TNT champion, means nothing at this point. Kyle Fletcher, the person who should have won the tournament. You had 7 weeks. Okada from start to finish. Where is that going to do for him? He wasn't even on this show. He's just a pre-tape in the back. That's all you get. I want to see this motherfucker on TV. This is Max. You got to bring me everybody. So you mean to tell me you can't bring back your little EVPs? Bro, this is Max. No effort whatsoever. None. I don't understand it. So then he talks about the Casino Royale match. He's going to win the advantage to be number 1, whatever. Then, you know, this is what I was talking about with Bobby Lashley don't need to be over here. Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin and MVP, the Hurt Syndicate, would... The Acclaim versus the Hurt Syndicate. The Acclaim was going through their whole little beef before the match, like, you know, like a picture-in-picture. You show them down there, they're beefing, you know, whatever the case. I don't fucking care. But then they're going up against the Hurt Syndicate. Why are Bobby Lashley should be featured? Okay, if you're gonna feature them as a tag team, feature them as a tag team. But you started off with Bobby Lashley as a singles because he beat Swerve. He beat Swerve, and you're throwing him into a tag team. He should be like fucking Jiren. Wearing suits, which he does. He should just wear suits, have some shades on, and don't say a fucking word. I don't want to hear Bobby Lashley cut a promo in AEW. If I was booking this shit, he'll come in, he wouldn't say a fucking word. He'll just wear suits. MVP will be his mouthpiece. He won't say nothing. He'll just look intimidating. He will only go after top stars. He won't even touch someone lower card than him. Beneath him, unless I want to build him up just to get a squash match on TV. But I don't understand how they're using him over here. Look at him. And he's having a tag team match against the Acclaim. Against the Acclaim. I don't understand this. Bowens and Castor was getting at each other because apparently on a show that you don't watch, they did something there. And during this whole match, he was questioning him, saying, can I trust him? So then he just left his partner in the ring to get beat the fuck up by Bobby and them. Hurt Syndicate win. This is how you want Bobby Lashley to be portrayed here. This is what I feared with him being over here, is that he would be mixing it up with commoners. I don't want him to be mixed up with commoners. I want him to be mixed up with people like, I don't know, man, Hangman. If he was right, Hangman. But like theoretically, if you look at the people over there, who do you have him to go up against? John Moxley, I guess. Hangman, yeah. I mean, come on. This is what you spend your money on. But hey, we got at least 1 star so far in this show. 1 star so far in this show. You gotta like it. Somebody that can like bring somebody in. Bobby Lashley. Swerve was backstage saying that he gonna be in the Casino Royale. Nana wished everybody a happy new year and danced off the screen. Happy New Year, motherfucker. It's lacking at the point of this show. This premiere ain't even a good premiere at all. Next, you got Jamie Hayter versus Julia Hart. A match that should have been on Rampage and not on the Max premiere. You see. I did not care about this match, but what was interesting is that this is the first time that I saw the Book Athena sign. This is when I saw the Book Athena sign. Do you know that Athena is the longest reigning women's champion in wrestling right now? Because she had the title for 2 years. But you would have never known because Ring of Honor, they don't have nothing. So you would have never known that. But yeah, Book Athena. She should be here elevating this brand here. The match is, I don't know what you're doing with Jamie Hayter. I don't know what you're doing with Jamie Hayter, Julia. This match had no business being on a premiere. Like, everything should have just culminated to this premiere. Like, you see how over across the street, all these beefs were built up and now it's going to take place at the premiere. The end of the Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley feud is going to take place at the premiere on Netflix. You see how they building that up like a pay-per-view? This is just a regular show on regular fucking TV. No thought was taken into consideration that this shit is going to be premiering on Max. Kind of getting upset here. So Julia Hart and them, they fight, whatever the case. She went outside to go grab an arrow because she witch with the House of Black and all that shit. So she went out to grab the arrow. Aubrey came in and grabbed the arrow, fumbling around with the fucking thing out there. And then this girl spit some goo, which was not goo because it ain't nothing. I didn't see nothing on her face. They say that she spit some black mist in her face. And yes, she spit it out, but she fucked it up. I guess the capsule didn't spew the liquid out in her mouth for her to spew it out. So she just bit it and then just spit the whole thing out in the good mouth and nothing was in her face. I'm like, the fuck? Whatever. You know, and then next was the guy that never even showed up here to begin with. Fooled you all. Fugazi'd you. I'm thinking that this motherfucker is finna come on screen and he finna have a match night. Maybe he's gonna defend the Continental title tonight on Dynamite. Premiere. On Max. On Max. On Max, motherfucker. But no, he was just in a pre-taped in the back talking about Kenny Omega, you know, saying, stay out my business, bitch. Because on the show, when he retained the title, Kenny gave him the belt. Why was Kenny even there to begin with? I don't know. He did nothing just but present a tournament belt to this man because he won. In a tournament that means nothing, and now we finna go into another gauntlet tournament-like style with whoever wins that go on to face Moxley somewhere down the line. When the Continental Classic person should go on to face the champion, but you know, who the fuck cares? And then we had Mercedes Moné. Mercedes Moné. I really don't understand why she's the TBS champion. She's the biggest woman star in that company, and she's holding the secondary title. Meanwhile, the person who's holding the main title should hold a secondary title because she had this title for I don't know how long, and nothing is just, I didn't even remember. But Mercedes came out there. She had like the champagne in there in the middle of the ring. She's talking about her win recently when she faced Chris Statlander for the second time. And she's talking about, CEO, some shit like that. It's not working. She just came out there and just, hey, I won. I'm going to be facing Mira Shirakawa for the New Japan Strong title. You know what I'm saying? It was just basically just to remind you that she's finna be wrestling Mina this weekend, basically. And I'm like, what? Nobody came out there to interact with her. No story progression and, to who, can't even get it out. No story progression to who her next challenger is. Nothing. She just came out there. I'm going to be wrestling Mina. I'm going to be wrestling Mina on the 6th, 5th, 6th, whatever the case. CEO, I'm the greatest TVS champion ever. That don't even mean nothing because that title don't mean nothing. This shit is backwards. She should be your women's world champion. She shouldn't hold this TBS championship. But one thing that I was thinking, I was like, you know what? Athena would benefit from beating her for that title. Athena would benefit for beating her. Athena should beat her for that title. She should come up from Ring of Honor and just say, hey, bitch, I want that belt. I want that belt and I want it now. I don't give a fuck about that CEO bullshit. I want the title. Book Athena. Book Athena. Book Athena. Then we got the triple threat match. It is what it is, was what it was, cuz. All right, Jay White wins. The story of this match, though, was Ricochet. Ricochet came out there, he wasn't doing his little shimmy shake with the suit, trying to stylize on the shoot. He ain't did the shimmy shake. Ricochet came out there, stabbed Swerve in the face. We on Max. Stabbed him in the face, blood everywhere, all on his shirt. And then the Undisputed Kingdom came out there and helped Swerve. And I'm like, is this going to be a way for the Hurt Syndicate to face off against them? Is this where they're going? I guarantee you that's where that's going. I guarantee you that's where it's going. Because Ricochet is going to join the Hurt Syndicate somehow. And then Swerve is going to link up with them, and then they're going to go off and they're going to fight. Like, what are you doing with Ricochet? Oh, it's on Max. We got to give him blood. It's on Max. What are you doing with him? I don't know, man. If it Ricochet needs something, because as of late he hasn't really been lighting the world on fire. He been beefing with people on Twitter, telling people to, what I'm saying, you're broke. He said you got to work on Christmas Day, broke boy. I'm like, what? Ricochet, man, but in somehow, some way, I kind of want to see Ricochet. So in a way, it's working. There's a lot of people that I like in AEW. I ain't gonna say that I don't like a lot of people here. I like Jay White. Congrats to him on winning. What are they gonna do with him? Don't matter. Because what I'm saying, like, Roderick Strong, Swerve. I mean, they got some people over there, but like nothing. It's just like they just have matches. It's just like they just got matches. Like, it's like a video game. AEW is like a video game. It's no like real storylines or anything like that. It's just, you may get a storyline here or there, but the majority of it is just like an indie promotion. And like there's a lot of depth there, but if they don't escape that mindset, and it's just the way it is. But I like this segment though. He cut him up with the scissors. You know what I'm saying? Ricochet, I wouldn't say necessarily this gave him a little bit more edge, because he corny anyway. Like, he's a cornball. He's a cornball. Like, he's corny. So this didn't really give him no edge anyway, because he not that type of person. Even when he joined Bobby and them, he won't fit in with them because he's a cornball. Look how they treated him at the beginning. Just roughed him up and then give me that card back, bitch. Nothing. He's a cornball. So like him stabbing him, motherfucker, like it's a horror movie that didn't mean nothing. I'm like, oh. Then Jeff Jarrett, he's back there with Sanjay and the big tall dude who you never see. You never see him. My first time, like looking at the dude, and I'm like, man, I don't. He talked about, what I'm saying, like it was like the whole, I'm finna retire thing. I don't know if I got it left in me. I'll never retire. You know what I'm saying? He want the Sting treatment. He want the Sting, Daniel Bryan treatment. He said he ain't going after no tag titles. He going after the world title. Now, if Tony put the world title on this man, I have lost all hope in this company. You know what I'm saying? So, like, he says that he's going to go for it all. He said this year, 2025, he going to go for the world title. We got another retirement. See, this is where you want to go. This is where AEW going to be. Like, if you're a wrestler at the end of your rope and you want to go off with a bang, just go to AEW. This motherfucker will pay and just mark out on everything. Look at how Sting went out. Sting went out, bang. The only one that's going to go out with a bang is John Cena because he's going out on his terms. But, yeah, that's a good comparison. The John Cena retirement tour and the you know what, man? Maybe that was the case. Maybe this is their retirement tour that they're going to try to do. You see how those comparisons are just there? Man, I just not thought about that. But he's retiring. He's getting his ass out there. The last outlaw want the title. He better not get it. So we got another backstage thing. Hook is backstage sitting on the stoop, like Stoop Kid from Hey Arnold, talking about, So he won't Christian Cage and he gonna bitch slap him and fuck him the fuck up. We still doing this shit. Like, this guy Hook was something a couple of years ago, and now look at him. Means nothing. Nothing about him stands out. You could have really built him up. They had a lot of people over here that they could have built up properly. And then it goes into another person who came out there for a 2 versus 1. Powerhouse Hobbs. It's too late. I don't trust it, because why? Next week, what you gonna do with him? What are you gonna do with him? I don't trust him. They don't know what to do with him. This man has done this 2 versus 1 shit I don't know how many times. This start and stop shit, it ain't working. I don't want to see Hobbs no more now at this point. I'm waiting for Hobbs to go to NXT. I'm waiting for Hobbs, Wardlow, Ricky Starks, Hook. I'm waiting for all them people to go to NXT. That don't even make no sense. You brought this man back to lose to Takeshita, whatever the guy's name is. You brought him back as a surprise tag team partner for Ricochet. Only lasted 1 week. The tag team duo was gone. I thought it was going to be a tag team, but fucking was I wrong. Next thing, this guy is beefing with Takeshita. Then he loses against Takeshita. Meanwhile, where's Takeshita on this fucking show? Where was your tag team champions on this show? You got so many people over there that you don't have no time. You don't have no time, Tony. Tony, you in trouble. Tony, you in trouble. Hobbs wins, but at what cost? At what cost? He gonna be back out there. What was the point in him coming out here doing a squash match like this? Hobbs should be in there with somebody having a nice competitive match with somebody that can put him over on the premiere of Max. It's on Max, goddammit. Nothing here on this show just made sense. This is what you put on this show? Bobby Lashley and them beating up people with the greatest of ease without a sweat, wasting this man's talent and potential over here in this company. This man should be the world champion if you want to be technical with it. But this show means nothing. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Whew. Put it down. I gotta light it up. Oh boy. We hurt people, right? We hurt people. This don't make no sense. Man, it don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. A retirement tour trying to be like John Cena. I'll never retire. I'm going to keep going. Man, would you stop? Would you stop? You think your retirement tour going to be anything like John Cena's? They are already talking about John Cena and Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania for this man. Are you serious? All right, I had to take a hit of that. Man. So, before the main event, this is a fucking show. Rated FTR in the back. Edge just looked, man. He just looked old and just I don't know, man. He still can go. He still can go. He a legend. But as we will soon figure out, he's gonna hurt himself again. He's gonna hurt himself again. He's gonna hurt himself again. Because when you're in a program with Moxley, you're going to bleed. You're going to be doing shit that you probably shouldn't be doing. He going to hurt himself again. And then at the promo earlier, he was like, you think you know what pain is, what, I can get sadistic and all this and that stuff. He going to hurt himself again. So he's back there with FTR. And then they run into the Learning Tree people, Big Bill and, Bad Apple Brown. And they going at it, basically to set up a tag team match for tomorrow night. At the time of this recording, SmackDown is going to be going to 3 fucking hours. You excited about that shit? Now, I want to see what they going to do tonight. I want to see what they going to do tonight. 3 fucking hours, bro. But, hey, we still going to be doing it too, but, So they did set up a main event for whatever. MJF wasn't on the show, but he did do a backstage video promo after the match with Adam Cole at World's End, all bloodied up, sitting down. It's like, hey, I got all right, now I got Adam Cole out of my rearview mirror. Now I want to go after the world championship. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Main event, 6-man tag. You have the Blackpool Combat Club on one side, FTR on the other, and then you got the Rated R Cope. This nigga done changed his name, cuz. You go from, I think, what was his independent name? Sexton Hardcastle, some perverted shit. Then he go to Edge, and then he go to Adam Copeland, and now he gonna go to Cope. I guess because I guess Adam Copeland wasn't like, macho enough to go up against Moxley. I gotta be Cope. What the why would you do this? Why would you just change your name like this? But people, it's fresh right now, but you'll get used to it. It don't make no fucking sense. You know what I'm saying? But hey, he's fucking Cope. So I don't understand. Why would you change your name? Why would you change your name? I don't know. Did you think like he was just sitting at home and he was like, I'm just finna, I want to be known as Cope. Yeah, that'll be dope. Just be Cope. Wheeler Yuta has no place in this match. I mean, it was a Moxley match. Look, it's like certain parts of the match that was just like, I really don't understand. Like certain parts of the match that was just like really just like obvious, like when Edge was about to spear Yuta and then Moxley and them was just right beside him, like waiting on their cue and shit like that. It was like, it's a tag match. I really don't like tag matches really in the main event spot. But I tell you one thing though, Moxley is growing on me. His character, he's working out. He's developing his character. I like that because I'm a sucker for story. So besides that, I like Moxley's character. He had, he's the best. I mean, at this point, I would have him as your world champion. He's the best option to be your world champion. Story-wise, though, Hangman Page should have been the world champion. But the match, The tag match was all right. Jay White came in and he got Willa Yuta because remember at the start of the show, he said, I'm finna get Willa Yuta. I'm finna get my get back, cuz. Bang, bang. And then he went in and he did his little move. And then after he did his little move, he did his little shimmy shake. And then he did the bang, bang. And then John Moxley, he was about to do a Death Rider on Cope on the table. But then, you know what I'm saying, he flipped him over, and then, you know what I'm saying, Edge, he jumped off the table on him. He jumped off the table on him. And I'm saying it's coming again. It's gonna happen again. And then throw him in the ring and gave Eula the spear. They won, right? This is your first episode on Max. Your first episode on Max. The crowd was with it because, you know, of the hometown appeal of FTR and Edge because, you know what I'm saying, they live there. Fight for the Fallen is like a charity show, but man, this show could have been more. It could have been more. It really could have been more. This is your debut. This is your debut on Max. This could have been more. I'm going to give this show 2 stars. This show deserves 2 stars. I don't understand. Next week, Kenny Omega's supposed to be back. I mean, looking forward to seeing what he has to say. He should have been here on this show. He should have been here on this show. Bro, this show could have been a lot more. It could have been a lot more. Wardlow could have been on this show. This could have been a great way to bring back Ricky Starks. He's been on the internet talking about coming back. This could have been a great way to bring him back. Like, the team championship wasn't on this show. You got all them championships that means nothing, but you should put these titles on your show, at least in a backstage segment to let people know that, like, hey, I'm here. I'm a champion. I'm back here. But they don't have anything over here. And if you're solely depending or trying to depend on Edge, Cope, fuck that. I'm going to call him Edge now. Because that doesn't make any sense, man. To change your name like that. I don't give a fuck. You can call yourself Cope all you want to. That shit is stupid. That don't make no sense. Cope. Coming down the aisle, weighing 237 pounds, the rated R superstar, Cope. What? That don't even make any sense. Sit your old ass down. The main event of this show was this tag team match right here, and it could have been like Bobby Lashley beating down you know what would have been really dope? Bobby Lashley bringing in Ricky Starks to be in the Hurt Syndicate. Now that would have been something that can end the show off and be like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to tune into next week. Does this show give off next week appeal? No, it doesn't. Because it was a fundraiser show. And they ain't did nothing for it. I'm not interested in seeing FTR anymore. They've been beaten to death. I'm not interested in seeing a 50-some-year-old man who just came back from shattering his ankles because he's trying to blend in with these people and jumping off of cages at his age. Moxley should be feuding with somebody like Wardlow, Hobbs. He should be feuding with those people to elevate these people, because if they're going to be over here, you need to elevate them. No one on this show walked away looking good. I'm disappointed that this was the first episode on Max. Look at this lineup here. Look at what was on this show here. Take a look at this. This is what they gave you tonight on Max. Well, that night on Max. Where was everybody? I don't care nothing about no Jeff Jarrett and what he got to say. That little John Cena bullshit. They just doing that to try to kind of be counterproductive, whatever the case you want to call it. Because over here across the street, John Cena is finna have the best year of his life as we go through who is his opponents are going to be for this year-long retirement tour. This man over here is trying to get another tour. Tony has been given, you know what, just go over here. It's just like I said earlier. Come on over here. If you want to retire, this man will make your retirement tour look great. You'll get paid millions of dollars just to go out on top and get a title. And then you drop it the next day, he'll do a tournament. We've gone all through this. I don't want to see this man win a title. But guess what? He's gonna be in a championship match. And he's going to be in a championship match against Jon Moxley. And he's going to be like, this is my last opportunity and I got to give it my all. Bang, bang. And then at that moment, Darby Allin's going to come out there and try to save him. Darby Allin got his ass whooped and got tossed down the stairs on the last episode of, Rampage? That should have been put on TV, but it wasn't. But that was a little side note. Darby Allin wasn't on this show, and that would have explained why he wasn't on this show, but no mention of him whatsoever on this show. This is what I'm talking about. Like, where are these people? Where are they? I don't know. And that was it. Fucking Max, bro. Fucking Max. I'm not interested in next week. Next week, Kenny Omega comes back. You know, the Casino Royale thing. Like, share, comment, subscribe. And remember, if I never see you, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.